Today, the 10th and final event on the IGSBA-sanctioned Bud Jet Sports Tour. We are in Daytona Beach, Florida, as Ford presents the Bud National Finals. David Stanfield with two-time world champion Larry Rippenkroger. And Larry, first of all, I see what looks like a Band-Aid here, maybe from an IV, and a big cast on your leg. What happened?
I spent a few hours at the hospital earlier today. This morning, our cameraman Pat was out in the water with a waterproof housing. We were doing a little showing off for him, and I didn't realize he was kneeling. I thought he was standing. I thought the water was a lot deeper, and I came down hard, and then the results are a broken ankle.
Instead of 6 feet of water, you landed in 3 feet of water and a broken ankle later. Larry Rippenkroger out of competition. Larry, can you make it for the World Finals?
I think so. We're about 6 weeks away from the World Finals, and I've got to go in for surgery this week, and I think I'll be back in form by the time Havasu rolls around.
Let's talk about another champion, Victor Sheldon, our national champion. He wrapped up the title in Fort Myers. What is his incentive here in Daytona for the final pro modified event?
Well, like you said, Victor does not need to win this weekend as far as points go, but I think for confidence, Victor would like to win this weekend and go into Havasu on top of the world.
How about Jeff Jacobs, our defending national champion for so many years? He's out of there.
Ever since Jeff started racing, he's been the national champion. He has never lost until this year. He's been dethroned. I think Jeff needs to win this weekend to boost his confidence. I think he needs it worse than anybody else, really, to go into Havasu as a champion on the final event on the tour.
The big race, though, is between third place, and that's Harry Goatcher, Haulin Harry Goatcher, and Chris Fischetti.
They come into this weekend 5 points apart. Chris shaved 2 points off that earlier in Pro Modified #1. Both of these guys have been showing some impressive hole shots. They've been hole shotting races here and there, but neither one of them have been able to hang on to it for different reasons. Harry's been having problems with missed buoys. Chris Fischetti's been having some health problems. His endurance level is not up, so it's going to be real interesting.
Another factor working against Harry is equipment problems. The 750 that he's had success on is beached.
Instead of the 750, he's going to be using his backup 550. The handling between those two machines is much different. It could be a real problem.
Seems my 750's got an electrical miss right now. It's going to be beached today, so we'll go back to the old reliable 550, the nice black one. And it's always ran good for me. There is a battle for third going. Me and Chris Fischetti and Chris MACCLUGAGE been tooth and nail all year long. I'm sitting in third. At the end of the year, it's the best season I've ever had, and I'd like more than ever to come out of this thing in third position.
Harry ran into problems qualifying for Pro Modified race #2.
He finished 7th, which is not a qualifying position, so he had to go to the last chance qualifier. He won that. He goes to the main, but he's got a lousy starting position, about as far away from the pole as you can get.
Haulin Harry Goatcher, boat #4, has had a tough day in Pro Modified race #1. He came in third. Second place, Chris Fischetti. Fischetti picked up 2 points in the battle for third overall, and it was Chris MACCLUGAGE blitzing again, his second Pro Modified win of the year. So Harry Goatcher leads Chris Fischetti now by only 3 points, and if Goatcher or Fischetti have boat problems, Chris MACCLUGAGE could move up. Now Goatcher is riding his 550, and a lot of people say that this is a 550 course. You need good handling.
Well, this weekend we have a left-hand course. From the beach, the riders will take off through a long start straightaway out through the waves, a huge sweeping left-hand first turn, then a gradual right, a sharp left down the front straightaway. This will be the trickiest section of the course. The riders will be going parallel with the waves, and they'll have to be putting a lot of effort into reading the waves. I don't think the speeds are going to be quite up to what we would normally see because they're going to be putting so much effort into just trying to survive this section. From there, we go into the sharpest turn in the entire course, a very sharp left-hand turn. I think this will probably be the key area for passing, probably the best area to set riders up. Then we go into a sweeping right, a sharp left on that long back straightaway, continue around through the left-hand side of the course, cross the finish line to complete lap #1, and continue on for a total of 10 laps.
Also, we'll be using the radar gun, clocking the top speeds down that front straightaway into that tight left-hand turn. When we return, the final race of the year, stay with us. The 20th and final Pro Modified race of the year, David Stanfield with Larry Rippenkroger, and on the line, Harry Goatcher, boat #4, is having problems.
Harry's hard luck for the day continues. He's got the thing running, though, but I tell you, the day is not being given to Harry. He is having to work for every step of the way.
He is on his backup machine. He's on his 550, and again, he didn't qualify. He had to go to the LCQ, the last chance qualifier, and now he's been having some problems here on the starting line. He is third from the far outside. On pole position is our new national champion, boat #2, Victor Sheldon. To his right is Chris the Kid MACCLUGAGE. He won Pro Modified race #1. Chris is on the white 650 9X. To his right, 5-time national champion Jeff Jacobs. And to Jeff's right, the Flying Fish, the world champion, boat #1 with the black background. They are off, and a great start by MACCLUGAGE.
But look at Goatcher coming all the way from the outside. He's attacking the course psychotically.
Goatcher to the first turn first. He survives. MACCLUGAGE hits a wave. Jacobs goes down. And look at Sheldon. He almost landed on Chris Fischetti, but it is Harry Goatcher, boat #4 out of Las Vegas, Nevada, in the lead.
And it is Jacobs who made the incredible recovery in the first turn. He's back up into second.
Our leader is Harry Goatcher, boat number 4, followed by Jeff Jacobs, boat number 1. Tom Bonacci making a move on Chris Fischetti, moving into third. Then comes Sheldon, Fitzgerald, McCluggage, and Pointer. But our leader is Harry Goatcher, and Harry's really only racing one person out on the water, and that is Fischetti, who's in fourth.
Since 1987, Harry has been in the top 5, but never in the top 3. This is a do-or-die thing for him. He has to beat Chris Fischetti.
Boat number 1, Jeff Jacobs in second position right now. 21 years old, Elko, California, 5-time national champion, 4-time world champion, is chasing down Harry Goatcher, and look at the lead Harry Goatcher has.
Harry is turning this day around. I've been in his position before where you have trouble before the start of the race, and I tell you, the stress is incredible, but Harry has turned the adrenaline around, and he's using it to his advantage. He is out there riding hard.
22-year-old Harry Goatcher out of Las Vegas, Nevada, highlighted here, third from the outside. What a great start.
Yeah, Harry comes off the line. He doesn't get that great of a jump, but look at the wave right in front of him there, a little bit lower than where it is everywhere else, so he got a blessing there. And then he pre-jumps these next couple of waves. Very nice. Then he slams into this one here. It puts him sideways, but Harry stays on the gas. Goes into the first turn, a lot of air, but Jacobs right behind him and goes down and tends to block everybody.
A chaotic start, but Harry Goatcher got the whole shot. He's in the lead, followed by Jeff Jacobs. The battle's for third. There's boat number 10 in that tight turn right there. He is in third. That's Tom Bonacci out of Brea, California, being hounded by our national champion, Victor Sheldon.
Tom Bonacci putting in an impressive ride. He is easily capable of doing some damage here. Last year at the World Finals, he finished an impressive fourth.
But all eyes right now are on Harry Goatcher, boat number 4. He's leading Jeff Jacobs, Tom Bonacci, and Victor Sheldon in this pro-modified race number 2.
And Fischetti has fallen all the way back to 6th place. If they finish this way, Goatcher will secure that 3rd place overall in the national standings.
Jeff Jacobs moving up on Harry Goatcher. Harry Goatcher down the front straightaway. Radar gun on him. And a speed of 27.5, plenty of speed.
Oh, no! Goatcher has missed a buoy once again, Dave. The 3rd time this year he has done it. He led the race just like the other times, got the whole shot, and once again he has missed a buoy.
Jeff Jacobs, boat number 1, our new leader. Harry Goatcher, boat number 4, has dropped back to 2nd, and what a mistake.
This is a big surprise for Harry. He is a well-adept ocean rider, but I think he was concentrating on that wave more so trying to get through that section. It's a very tricky section of the course. I think he wanted to get up over it before it caught him in the side.
Goatcher has dropped to 2nd, but Chris Fischetti is in 6th spot right now. Goatcher still has that shot at 3rd overall on the tour. And back to the racing action, pro-modified race number 2, the 20th and final pro-modified race of the year. Victor Sheldon just takes over 2nd spot. He passes Harry Goatcher on the last lap. Harry Goatcher, though, is still ahead of Chris Fischetti. That's the bottom line. Our leader, though, is Jeff Jacobs.
That is the key point right now, is that Goatcher is still in front of Fischetti. His 3rd place overall finish for the year is still intact. But Jacobs out in front having a good ride, but he's looking awful fatigued, Dave.
Jeff Jacobs, this will be his 10th victory of the year. He's going to go out a winner, but he will not take home a 6th national championship. And Harry Goatcher's been passed by Chris the Kid McCluggage. Goatcher drops to 4th spot, but still, he's going to hang on for 3rd overall in the national tour.
Hanging on by a thread, but he's going to do it.
Results, the top 5, Jeff Jacobs, Victor Sheldon, Chris the Kid McCluggage, Harry Goatcher, and Tom Bonacci. We'll be back to speak with Jeff Jacobs right after this. Stay with us.
There has never...
And congratulations to Jeff Jacobs, our winner of Pro Modified Race number 2. He is down with David Stanfield. David?
Thank you, Larry. A sweet victory for Jeff Jacobs. Jeff, winning the last race of the year, does that make up for losing the national title?
No, but it gives me a lot of momentum to go into the World Finals and hopefully come away with the 92 World Championship instead of the national title.
You definitely have it figured out in terms of you don't need to lead every lap. You need to lead the last lap, and you bided your time, but you kept the speed up?
Yeah, I felt definitely faster in the first main event, but when you're in the lead, you get a little cautious, and you worry about staying on and just winning the race. You see the checker flag and the money in the cup, but I just concentrated on winning. That's all I wanted to do, and that was it.
A great ride, and hopefully best of luck at the World Finals.
Thanks.
Jeff Jacobs, back to you, Larry.
Thank you, David, and a final look at the 1992 overall standings. The key point here, Harry Goatcher taking that 3rd overall over Chris Fischetti by just 5 points.